bloody hell, it is hot today. Alright guys, welcome back to another video and another video on the Corsa project. And today should be a relatively easy job. It's something that actually flagged up on my last MOT, which was I think about 2 months ago now. So my MOT is due every year in July. I'd done it a month before, which was June. It's now like start of August. So yeah, so I'll try and see if I can find the latest MOT. That was this is this year. So right, so obviously it did pass the MOT, but there was one advisory, and it says brake pipe corroded, covered in grease or other material. Now the guy who did my MOT told me what it was at the time. He says, I'm not sure if it's one or both of the rear brake pipes were corroded or started to corrode. So obviously, you know, they haven't got holes in whatever. You'd know if they had a hole in them. You wouldn't have any braking in the rear, would you? But it's usually like the outer coating that tends to corrode. So what I'm gonna try and do is just sand it down and just like cover it in some copper grease, because copper grease is going to stop any moisture obviously getting to it, and it's basically going to protect it for as long as I need it to, basically. Now I could go ahead and like replace the whole brake pipe, but you know, I really do not want to do that. That's like a fairly big job, and I've not long actually had those brake pipes on. Basically, sometime within the last 12 months, I upgraded the rear axle from the drum brakes to the disc brakes. That all came in one big axle. Obviously stripped it all down and rebuilt it all again with new parts. But I kept the brake pipes from this new axle that I bought. And I knew there was a little bit corroded, but I wasn't sure if there was going to be a problem on the MOT or not. But obviously today I plan to tackle it, and hopefully when it comes to next year I won't have any advisories then, because obviously I've had 2 MOTs on this car. First year advisories was cracked windscreen, obviously got the windscreen repaired, and then this last one is the brake pipe. So we're gonna try and tackle that today, so let's get on it. Okay, then let me just show you how I've set it up. So, because it's a fixed rear beam, you can just jack it up anywhere in the middle, and then I've put a jack stand or axle stand either side, and I've just left the jack resting on it. And straight away I can see slight bits of corrosion. So there's a little bit, almost looks like rust, but yeah, so there's a little bit. Let's click that back on, and I'm sure there's a little bit on the other side. There's a little bit there. That's just surface corrosion, and there's a little bit there as well. So if we just sand all this down and then like cover it in grease, we should be pretty good, to be honest. Just inspect the suspension while we're at it. Looks all good. This is all like been changed in the past year or so. Anyway, one thing I could do is I could do with the some cups that these springs sit on, because it only has this like welded metal piece at the moment, and sometimes these squeak, so I could do with one of those little bump stops that go on the bottom, kind of similar to the ones they have on the top, but could do some for the bottom. So if anybody knows where you can get some of these bump stops for, you know, a decent price, not for like 50 quid just for a piece of rubber, then please let me know. But yeah, let's get on to start sanding down these brake pipes. I'm gonna go ahead and unclip this ABS sensor just to give me better access. I'll do the same with the other side. Just need to remember to plug that back in after, as well as that might be slightly disastrous. That just gets chopped in the spring there. Right, let's get some sandpaper. I'm actually going to go ahead and give these a little clean first as well, so I can see what's actually corrosion and what's just dirt. Okay then, so just got some 1200 grit sandpaper. Now I could have done with something a little bit more coarse, but I guess it's not bad that it's fine, because then I'm not going to go like too aggressive on it. I'm not going to take too much off. I actually just want to take the corrosion off. I don't want to take too much of the coating off. So this side's pretty much done. Okay then, so brake pipes are cleaned, sanded, cleaned again, and we just have some copper grease here, a little paintbrush, and I'm just going to go ahead and kind of paint this on really. This shouldn't wash off too easily, you know, if you're going through puddles and whatever, because it's grease. It shouldn't come off. And the idea is just going to be to get this over the whole brake pipe. And especially in the areas that were corroded. Okay then, so here is what the finished job looks like. Now just ignore, you know, the fact that there's grease all over the rear axle. That's not really a major concern, especially as you know, can't see it when you're when the car's on the ground. But yeah, brake pipes nice and covered in copper grease now, so that should prevent any more moisture getting in and you know, corroding it even more. But I'll just show you the other side as well. So we're looking. Job's a good one. Okay, now then, I know this was a pretty short and basic video, pretty self-explanatory really, to you know, sand down and cover in copper grease the brake pipes. But I thought this video may help quite a lot of people, because you know, it's one of those things that could fail on MOT, and quite often does fail, because for whatever reason always seems to happen on the brake pipes, the coating just flakes off, and then obviously, you're down to the bare metal, and that is gonna, you know, corrode pretty quickly. So yeah, it's just one of those things that, you know, you're probably gonna have to do at some point on your car, especially if it's an older car and you know, you're driving on the UK roads, particularly in the winter, you know, with all the salt and everything. That's just going to speed up the corrosion process. So yeah, I hope this video has been somewhat helpful. I'm going to end it here, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!